Hello and welcome to Tita Talks. My name is Sonia Tita Puopolo and I'm your host. Tita Talks is where conversations at the heart of self-care, wellness, healing, and human flourishing happen. Today's conversation is especially meaningful and deeply personal to me. My guest is Chris Leavitt, one of the most accomplished leaders in ultra luxury real estate and someone I have loved for decades as a dear friend and chosen brother. Chris is the executive director of luxury sales at Douglas Elliman. He reports more than $2.4 billion from 2019 to 2024. And Chris has helped represent the landmark Tarpon Island sale in Palm Beach. Many people first came to know Chris through Bravo's $1 million listing in Miami. Today, we're going beyond extraordinary properties and record breaking sales. We are talking about the human being behind the achievement, the trust, the discipline, the relationships, the resilience, the hard work, and the self-care that make lasting success possible. Chris, my beautiful brother, welcome to Tita Talks. I'm so proud of you and so happy to have you here today. This part, foundations, trust, and the making of excellence.
Okay.
Chris, long before the extraordinary sales and national recognition, what first inspired you and drew you to real estate? And what did New York teach you about excellence, resilience, and performing under pressure?
Such a great question. And that's really where it all started. New York City is a breeding ground for young, successful people. I have always been told since I was a little kid, you must live in New York City in your 20s. That's where you're going to learn your craft. It's the graduate school of the school of hard knocks, right? It's where
Right.
you leave college, you come into the real world, and it just hits you like a ton of bricks. And it's true, like the minute, wherever you live in New York, the minute you walk out that front door onto
Right.
the street, it's like
Yes.
boom, boom. People are coming at you. You're getting on the subway, people are coming at you. It is just like a bombardment from the minute you wake up till you go to bed at night. It's just a nonstop, challenge and, rough experience. And it's gritty. No matter where you live and how beautiful you live, it's still the same city. And it has that same energy. It's not a city where people just, loaf off. It's a city that actually like makes you feel guilty if you're loafing off, and you feel it quickly. Everyone starts
Right.
early, they work late. So it's really, really interesting. City. And I tell now, all my people that work with me and anyone asking my advice, what's
Yeah.
the one thing that you should do? And I always say, live in New York a couple years. It'll train you,
Yes.
it'll teach you, it'll make you a better person in every direction. And I think that that's what really helps me in Palm Beach. Well, number one, all our buyers are from New York, right?
Yes.
So
Right.
that is
Right.
just a natural thing. But what's great about
That's
that is when they
amazing.
come see properties, I can say, oh, well, you live at such and such. Oh, yes, I know that condo. I know that building. There's a relationship that gets built immediately by um, having that connection. So
Right.
whereas the next broker has never lived in New York, they don't know what they're talking about. It's just a
Right.
little extra layer that I think gives me an edge up.
Amazing. And at the level where you operate, clients really entrust you with enormous assets, privacy, confidentiality, deeply personal decisions, and sometimes their family legacy. How do you earn and sustain that level of trust, Chris?
Yeah. So it's a very small town, okay,
Yes.
Palm Beach, and there is
Yeah.
no room for chitter chatter, gossip. You have to keep everything under wraps. I
Yeah.
mean, to the point where a client says, "Oh, let's meet at X restaurant to go over." I said, Are you kidding?" I said, "We can do that if you want the entire town to know what you're up to."
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. So you
Or we
know.
can go behind closed doors in my office or at my condo building where we have a conference room. But you don't want to talk business, okay?
Right.
Because
Right.
everyone's listening,
Mm,
everyone's watching. I
yeah.
mean, it is to the point where during high season, if I'm going on a listing presentation, I do
Yes.
not take my car because it is all our cars, all the realtors, we're all recognizable in what we drive. If someone
Wow.
by and sees my car in the driveway, well, they're going to go and try to make a pitch for that house too. I
Wow.
know it sounds nuts, but it's true.
Wow. Wow. So, and you've spent your entire career helping people navigate major transitions. What have you learned about the importance of listening for what someone truly wants, including what they may not know that they want yet? And
Right.
how do you help them articulate that?
Sure. So, first and foremost, listening is the number one key to success. Okay.
Yeah,
Listening, um,
absolutely.
absorbing all of that. That's one mistake
Absolutely.
that so many people make. How many times do you go into a house and the realtor starts talking? This is the kitchen. This is da, da, da. They don't even read the room. They don't read the buyer. They just kind of just go.
Yes.
And that is just something that I cannot tolerate and something that I have learned is paramount. Listen,
Right.
and my clientele loves to hear themselves speak, right? They love
Right.
to be listened. They love to have someone listen to them. Uh,
Yeah.
and typically very hard to impine your own opinion.
Right. Right.
Okay. But you
Okay.
can tell them, look, trust me, I know this may not be the exact house you described to me, but I feel that it's worth our time just to go there. And then
Right.
that's the way that you kind of get them to go there instead of, or say something, oh, I could be wrong,
Right.
but I feel, so you don't get lambasted for taking them to the wrong place.
Right.
But certainly, we're dealing with a very, very high net worth clientele.
Yeah.
They are not used to looking to others for advice,
Right.
right?
Right.
So that's a hard line. And I think that a successful broker here is one that listens, um, but also has an opinion, but that opinion is one where it is sort of, suggested, not
Yes.
forced down someone's throat. So there's an art to dealing with this clientele. And I can't teach it.
Right.
I can't write it down. You just, it's a dance that you do when you're in this position, when you're in the situation. Um,
Right. Well,
but
when I hear you speak about this, and it sounds like you're talking about like trust, intuition, and I'm reminded that your work is ultimately about people and not necessarily the property. It's about people, right?
it's
Connecting.
about people, it's psychology.
Yeah.
Um, it is about real trust and honesty and
Mm.
coming across like a realtor, quote unquote, a used car salesman, quote unquote. You have to act like the commission that could be potentially made from whatever deal we're talking
Right.
about.
Right.
You have to
Yes.
act like it won't move the needle for you,
Right.
and
Right.
think like that and know
Right.
that it has not been earned until you
Mm.
get the check. So you
Okay.
never lead. So many brokers lead with, oh my God, all this money on the line, and they're acting in a manner that is like putting that first.
Right.
Take
Right.
that out of the equation. 100%. That's why I tell
Wow.
everybody in real estate, don't get into this business unless you have money saved. Okay. Because
That's good
because it
advice.
will come across to the people that
Right.
you need the money. And that's
Right.
what's
That you're
reading. So
right.
act like you don't need it. It doesn't matter.
Mm.
You're there to
Mm.
just help them. And if it works out great, it's icing on the cake. That's how you have to handle it. Because otherwise it's going to come across in your confidence, in the way that you speak, and in the way that they feel about you.
Right. Right. The landmark Tarpon Island transaction, without sharing, of course, and discussing anything confidential, what did that experience teach you
Oh
about
boy.
patience,
Oh,
strategy, teamwork?
Tita,
Yes.
do you have time for this? Do your viewers have time to hear it?
I
It's called a master class
love it.
in real estate. Okay, that sale was a
Yes.
master class in real estate.
Wow.
Many, many reasons, and I'll just quickly
Tell
brief.
us about it. Yes, yes, a
Okay,
little.
so
Yeah.
this was not, a person selling the home that lived there and they didn't care if it sold or not, or
Right.
were, so well off that, it didn't matter. This was a developer that had developed the property who had a number of investors involved, right?
Wow.
We
Yeah.
had, he had a lot of pressure just himself. So,
Wow.
if you can imagine all that pressure on him and then all that pressure on me.
Yes.
And,
Wow.
at any given time in real estate, we do have sales contracts that give you, exclusive agreements that, protect you. But at the end of the day, if a seller is not happy with you, there
Yes.
are ways that they can just say, you know what, we're done and we want to move on and replace you.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
that was something that I just would never want to happen because a $150 million sale is a
Yes.
record-breaking, career-altering sale,
Wow.
right?
Yes. Yes.
So I had to be on my game 24/7. I mean, I think
That's
I
amazing.
gained weight. I don't think I looked as great during this period, but I was just, so stressed out. I was.
Right. Right.
And I wasn't stressed out because I was looking for the commission. That really was not what I was concerned about at the end. I wanted
Right.
that sale for my portfolio and my book. Okay.
Wow.
I
Yes. Yes.
knew it was a big deal.
Right.
We just did everything for that developer. I remember a
Mm.
really wonderful aha moment that happened
Yes.
midstream through when it was a little bit lull and we weren't getting the reactions and the showings that we
Excitement.
wanted at the time.
Right.
um, we put together, and I really do count my assistant in on this because he helped me do it.
Right.
We blew up the floor. It was such a massive home, right?
Yes. Yes.
And
It was beautiful property.
but many different
Extraordinary.
sections, and we blew up a floor plan so big and put it
Wow.
on an easel in the main living room. So every time we went back into the living room, the buyer could look at that big floor plan and be like, okay, I'm here. Right. Okay. So we were over there. It was like a
So it helped
reminder of
them
life.
navigate where they are.
Yes, and just
Yeah.
also at the end was able to. So the developer was so happy about that. He's like, "Who's
Wow.
better than this? Chris Leavitt knows what he's doing." Like it was one of those ego boosts. Now that
Yes.
was short-lived, of course, but it
Right.
was one of those moments where you're like, "Okay, he's happy, and we're gonna get through this."
Yes.
And we
Yes.
did, and we gave him absolutely everything that I had in me to
Wow.
sell that. I really did. I really did. And at the same time, of course, I had to service my other clients, but
I
I just
know.
knew how
Yes.
important that was. And
Yes.
you feel that at the end of the day, the developer and the seller, they would say, you know what, these guys were great. They did everything humanly possible. We brought CNBC in. We
Wow.
you know, Fox News. We had all kinds of videos. We have an amazing PR department at Douglas Elliman that worked their
Yes.
tail off. I put pressure on them. I said to
Wow.
everybody, I'm getting pressure. You're going to get pressure. We're going to all
Yes.
do this together. I can't be the only one holding the weight here. So
It was
it
true teamwork. Yeah.
was true
Yeah.
teamwork. But I just think
Yeah.
that it was something that, just you had to just dive in and give it your all. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what we
Well,
do. And I do that for everything. I mean, I'm not saying I don't do that, but
yeah.
this was a particular pressure because, like I said, the seller was a developer and he had investors, and there were a lot of people we had to make sure we're happy and
Wow.
in order to secure our position.
Chris, what separates an expensive property from a truly extraordinary home? Is it the architecture? Is it the location, history, privacy, or the way a place allows someone to imagine and experience life?
So I think that, let's say in Palm Beach, okay, because that's
Yes.
the only market I know at this point, right? I mean, I know New
Yes.
York because I was there, but Palm
Yeah.
Beach has
Yeah.
such incredible history and
Yes.
has such incredible design, taste, and style,
Yes.
very much dictated by the town and the committee that's within the town.
Yes.
Um, so we have some of the most exceptional homes by the most exceptional architects back in the 1920s.
Yes.
Um,
Palm Beach.
Palm Beach Island, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think, we speak about those as homes and properties. When a new build comes in Palm
Yeah.
Beach,
Right.
it is so important to maintain that because you're comparing against just the most incredible historic residences that exist in the
Mm.
world, really. So,
Wow. Yeah.
having just
It's true.
a new property has to really. Oh, I love your transparent teacup. What an elegant
Oh, thank,
tea you brought today.
thank you.
Um, so I think that for Palm Beach, what the difference is really,
Yes,
maintaining character, um, a nod to history, and
yes,
a level of sophistication of living that really just exists in these other historic homes. So I think that there's a really easy way to do it
right,
by looking back to what these homes have. But the
right.
ones that, come about, that are developed that don't have any life or love or character are very clearly just, you know, pieces of real estate versus
But on a
homes.
personal note to you, what has the idea of home come to mean to you now?
Oh, well, home is cozy, home is layered.
Mm.
I don't know how people live in these cold modern boxes.
Right.
I mean, you look at your home, with all the layers and
Yeah. Yeah.
coziness that, I mean, I know your homes that you have,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
all just are cozy and comfy and warm, and you want to cuddle, right?
Right. Right.
That's really what I'm all about. So I, for me personally, that is what I love.